Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Let's get into the action in the MLB on Monday, April 14th. And yes, it is Monday. So for those of you that are back to work, back on the grind, shout out to you guys. Let's cash some tickets and start this week off right. I will break down 5 games that I do like. If you guys want to know what out of the 5 games that I will be officially betting, that is kind of going to be how this whole premium side of the channel will work one day. But these are my best 5 picks, and we will kind of look to claw back some of those units we gave back Saturday and Sunday after starting off really hot on Thursday, Friday. We had a great week last week overall, but just some of the things within the major leagues did not go according to plan, especially Saturday. I mean, anytime the Cubs lose or beat the Dodgers 16-0, you kind of have to just scratch your head and wonder what's going on. But yesterday, basically 1-2 on the picks, almost hit the total to go 2-1. And then Michael King, obviously, finishing with 8 Ks. So with that latter prop with his strikeouts against the Rockies, it was kind of, just kind of almost a waste of time to put that bet in. But I did think that there was a chance he could get 11, 12 strikeouts going against the worst team in the MLB in terms of not striking out. So let's get into the picks. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to kind of go through this a little bit quicker because there are only 10 games, so make sure you guys stick around all to the end, and I will kind of recap my final plays. All right, so let's look into it. We are going to use Outlier to go through the board. Kansas City and New York will be the first game we talk about. You can see it there at the top of your screen. Royals plus 125. I kind of like them going against Carrasco here on the money line. They showed some signs of life against the Indians a little bit later on in that matchup, but it's something here, guys, where you look into it. 4-2, 3-6, 0, 7. They're struggling to hit the baseball a little bit. It's been a different kind of environment there in Cleveland. They were able to win 4-2. Yesterday was a little bit more of a sunshiny day, less wind, less nip in the air. I think that's something that will help, especially at Yankee Stadium, where we do see a total set at 9, okay? And that's kind of where it's going to lead me to my best bet of the day. We're going to go over that total of 9 minus 102. We do get Carlos Carrasco on the other side going for the Yankees, where just kind of got to expect it with him, okay? You got to expect he's going to give up 3 or 4 runs earned, maybe a little bit more if there's some errors along the way, but that's kind of where I go over the total within Kansas City and New York as an official play. All right, next game, it is Paul Skeens Day. Washington and Pittsburgh going. I would potentially, if I was going to play this game, and I am going to play this game, we're going to fade Paul Skeens. Never a good idea, but this is one of my bets that I would recommend taking the Washington Nationals plus 1.5 on the run line, minus 115. I think anytime that you have kind of the idea that the total will go under 7, if you can get any kind of close to even money, taking a positive run line, it's something that does bode. Sometimes it really indicates kind of, in my opinion, I think the Nationals are live on the money line here at plus 184, but it gives us some wiggle room if we get into a 2-1 ball game, 3-2, something real low scoring such as that. And even if we fall right on the number 4-3, we still cash that ticket. So kind of how I'm approaching it, not fading Paul Skeens, but I just think that it gives us a little bit better of a price. So give me the Nationals plus 1.5 to cover the run line on the road. Giants and Phillies, no play for me, but Taijuan Walker going for the Phils, and this is kind of where the Giants have been, I think, kind of in my opinion, one of the more impressive teams in the major leagues. I don't like the price on either side. I don't think that's a good enough price for the Phillies against the Giants, and I'm not, diving in to bet against Taijuan Walker at home, Phillies at home, at a plus 100 price for the Giants. So this is a no play for me. Okay. Boston, Tampa Bay, Shane Baz going against Tanner Houck. Houck has not been the guy from last year resuming duty from that 2024 campaign. I would probably lean Tampa Bay at home in this spot, minus 115. No play for me. Shane Baz, 1.38 ERA on the season. I think the Rays are set up to have a good one here. Just don't trust the Red Sox bats fully, albeit they did bounce back a little bit better in a couple spots in terms of offensive production. Braves and Blue Jays. We're going to take a play here on the Blue Jays, minus 110. 9-7 on the season. They're still going against the Atlanta Braves that are struggling still. I think that Holmes going against Lucas for the Blue Jays in Toronto. I think it's a good spot for Toronto here, and it's a really cheap price. So give me the Blue Jays, minus 110 on the money line. We'll take that one there up in the Ontario province, if you will, in Canada, our friends up north. Next bet, Mets and the Twins. Clay Holmes going against Ryan. This is a bet where I think that the Mets, personally, I don't understand this price. I'm staying away from it because I think it's fishy. I think the Mets bats are coming alive, and I really do favor the likes of the Mets right now offensively. I don't think that the Twins are getting it done in that regard, but I think the number's priced because Clay Holmes. There's a little bit of kind of data points within that, but I think that within this Mets club, I just can't tell you guys a reason not to take them plus 100 other than it's fishy. And that's kind of where I stand and how I feel about it. I think the Mets have been on a little bit of a travel stretch, so that's potentially something going on, bullpens. But yesterday they kind of had one of those walkthrough games as they took care of business. And if you want to talk about it, I just don't think playing at Sacramento out west and then having to come to Minnesota, that's probably why we're seeing a little bit in this travel spot. But I still think if the bats are hot, the bats are hot. So I think the Mets here plus 100 is a very good value. Okay. Tigers, Brewers, this is a game that I really wanted to go under, personally. You look at the 7 that we could see here at a plus money price, plus 102. Skew Ball's going. I think he's kind of come back to life as a rough couple outings, and then I think that he's really going to mow through Milwaukee here. Milwaukee also is rolling out a decent pitcher that I think that will give the Tigers some fits. I just kind of worry about this Tigers ball club right now because personally they have shown a lot of signs of life offensively, and that's something where when Skewball's on the bump, you definitely can give yourself some cushion there, but minus 1.5 runs on a plus 110 price is not enough to get me involved in this game. And Detroit minus 160 on the money line kind of leaves me looking at the total just because of Skewball pitching in Alexander, but no play for me officially. Astros and Cardinals, Framber Valdez going against Sonny Gray. I can't figure out this Astros club. I handicapped them all weekend for their breakout offense. 2 of the games, they exploded. Just like we called, and the minus 1.5 for the Astros came through, and then the one game where I did take the minus 1.5 and I did take the under, both of those did not cash as they. So it's been kind of hit or miss, but I have been, I think, right on with the mindset that the Astros bats are waking up. Some spots it's too much variance where they can have an outstanding performance, and then on the other hand, they can just kind of lay a dud and put up 0, 1, or 2 runs. So no play for me in that game, but it is something where I do kind of lean towards the over. All right. Cubs and Padres. That is a game that we are going to play the over. I think it's too good a value right here as we go down the board, and you can see right here 7.5 at plus 100 on FanDuel. That's kind of where I'm going to bet the over in this game. Okay, Jameson Taillon going against Dylan Cease. I think the Cubs offense is going to do enough to hit Cease, get them, and I think that Taillon 6 ERA. I don't quite frankly agree with this. I think that San Diego, as always, they're good for 4+ run performance on any given day. And then the Cubbies, I think they're going to be able to scratch 2 or 3 against Cease. So we just need a little bit more to fall in our way, and I think this should be a pretty stress-free over as we have a 9:40 first pitch out there in San Diego. Colorado and the Dodgers. Okay, we get Dusty May going against Santazela. And I think that the Rockies have not laid down, but they're really struggling. Okay, and this is kind of where we dive into their last couple games and outings. And the Dodgers, they have not been hitting the ball as much as you would kind of expect. You look at kind of some of their performances, right? In their last 4 games, we'll go back, okay? 2 runs, 0 runs, 0 runs, and 6 runs, 3 runs, 0 runs, and 2 runs, respectively, in their last 4. So overall, they're averaging a little bit over 2.5 runs per game in their last 5, and that's something where it's not characteristic of an Astros club. The only difference is today they're facing the Colorado Rockies, pretty much the worst pitching in the MLB and the worst hitting in the MLB. Really bad team statistically to start off this season. And this is kind of where we're going to just kind of go all systems go. I don't quite frankly do this too often, but I think you can find it out there in the market. And I will show you kind of what I'm leaning into, okay? And this is kind of where you could dive into the -2.5 on the run line at +110. But we're going to go a little bit more conservative approach. Give us the door for a push, -135 on the Dodgers, -2 on DraftKings. It's not that -155 price. That's a big ticket to lay within taking a run line. So that's why we're going to kind of dub it down. I do think that the Dodgers win by 3 or more. I think they have a very good performance at home offensively. I think they're going to be able to get to Santazela with no problems. So give me the Dodgers here winning by margin. If you want to bet their team total over, great. I think this is going to be a breakout day for LA here at 10-10 first pitch. So that's what I'm leaning towards. I'm taking a -2. If you want to lay the 2.5 at +110 to get a little riskier, I don't mind that. But that's kind of where it's all going to come down to, just will they break out offensively. Okay, so let's wrap up the best bets. The first one we are going to have, San Diego going over 7.5. Dodgers -2 on DK. Toronto -110 money line. Washington +1.5 on the run line. And we're going to take that over 9 with Kansas City and New York in that last spot. Okay, so appreciate you guys. Those are my 5 best bets of the day. Let's try to get back. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and join us right here on the channel. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you guys all in the next video. Cheers.